Sparky's thoughts.
So the performative male trend, social media phenomenon poking fun at men who adopt traditionally female and niche trendy interests to appeal to the female gaze. In layman's terms, dude wants girl, so he adopts the interests of girl and does things that girl does to be more relatable to hopefully get girl. Now with this trend, there are specific items and activities that people latch onto and gravitate towards that have since become the face of the performative male. My opinion on it quickly, I think this shit corny as hell. You know, I believe in just being yourself or getting into things because you're interested in them and not because the internet says so. But with that being said, we are going to be rating popular performative male trends based upon how much I personally enjoy them, how optimal I think they'll be for adopting, and just how cringe they are in general. Yeah. Without any further ado, let's get into it. Matcha. This is one that particularly got me upset because personally, I've known and have been partaking in the activity of matcha since 2015. This one kind of gets me upset because I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I've been on matcha for a minute. Matcha was always a huge part of Japanese culture and I was always interested in Japanese culture, so there are a number of Japanese foods and cultural things that I used to partake in, and matcha was one of those things. And that aspect of it I find great because matcha is basically a powdered Japanese green tea and it's been taking social media by storm. All your favorite influencers are drinking it, all the hated influencers are drinking it, the YNs are drinking it, and everyone in between that probably wouldn't even bat an eye towards a local coffee shop is sipping on matcha right now. Now this one kind of bothers me a little bit because me personally, I've been on matcha since at least like 2015-16, right? Spoiler alert, I do like matcha. I do, but I'm just not convinced that everyone else likes it. For one, y'all getting it from Starbucks. Starbucks matcha tastes like pencil shavings grounded up with cold foam at the top and a little bit of sugar. Like it's not good. Not all matcha is created equal. You gotta go to a place that has that culinary grade. I forgot what the other grade is called, but there's good matcha and there's bad matcha. And I see so many people drinking Starbucks matcha and like this ugly light green Grinch piss looking matcha, and it's like that can't possibly be good, which leads me to believe that like, yeah, you guys don't actually enjoy it. You guys are probably doing it for the aesthetic. And to those people I say, yeah, like there's no way, like I'm just not convinced that the people that drink crappy matcha actually like matcha. Like at that point, that's definitely for the aesthetic. You just want to have something green in your cup. If you wanted to do that, just sip lean. When you get good matcha, culinary grade matcha, premium matcha straight from the source, straight from the motherland, then I think matcha can be very good. But that's not what most of y'all drinking. But for me, matcha's cool. I like it. Personally, I'll give it like a 7 out of 10. You know, not the most performative thing, not the worst, not the best, but you know, yeah, I like it. Tote bags. Look, as a grown-ass man, I'm not convinced that you're wearing a tote bag because you actually enjoy the practicality of it. I'm just not. Like, there's many other ways to carry things. Get like a laptop bag, a backpack. Like, is that too good for you guys? Not like the tote bag, bro. Like, really? Even the dudes that wear purses, bro. Like, I'll give them my respect because at least you're in it for the love of the game. You went full-on feminine with it, and I respect it. You spent $800 to look like a girl. And quite frankly, even if you didn't do it just to look like a girl, a purse is way more practical than a tote bag. It's just like one thin piece of fabric that you hold over your shoulder, and it holds maybe like 1 or 2 things. What do you actually have in that bag? If you guys are watching this video and you wear tote bags as a man, what do you actually, like, be honest with me, what do you put in those bags? You don't actually have the objective to hold something throughout your day. I think you choose to wear a tote bag first and then decide, damn, I need to put something in here. What am I gonna put in here? Like, I think that's just how they think. I don't know, personally, I just think leave it to the girls. And even for the girls, just wear purses, wear clutches, wear actual practical good looking bags. And it gets me so mad. Like, I'm tired of seeing people with mesomorph body types, big men that clearly work out in the gym, and they got these little ass tote bags hanging from the bulge in their shoulder. Like, I don't know. It's just not that appealing to me. Let's be honest. No one was really wearing tote bags before it became a trend. It was just one of those things that you just stuff into your cabinet because you have a bunch of extra ones from when you were grocery shopping or clothing shopping in general. Like, let's just be real here. I give tote bags a 2 out of 10. Wired headphones. Quite frankly, I'm really mad that it became a trend because I always advocated for wired headphones. In fact, I remember around high school when AirPods started to come out and everyone was like, oh yeah, we're wearing AirPods AirPods now, AirPods. It was that one Christmas, it was probably Christmas 2018. Everyone came back to school with a Canada Goose jacket and some goddamn AirPods in their ears. And suddenly I was the outcasted one because I had on wired headphones. And it's like, yo, bro, you still wearing wired headphones, gang? You a bum. Why you don't got no AirPods yet, bro? They're not even that expensive anymore. First of all, money is not the issue, okay? I choose this lifestyle for myself. For one, in my opinion, wired headphones sound better than AirPods. They just do. The best AirPods will ever sound is the first moment you put them in your ears. That's it. After that, the quality goes down at least 30%, and it just continues to go down and down after that. Wired headphones are good pretty much until they break, and that's up to you and how much you take care of your headphones. And even when they do break, they're like, what, $20, $30 to replace? Like, wired headphones are goated. I don't care what anyone says, but the point is, everyone made fun of me for wearing my wired headphones, and they're like, oh, AirPods. And now it's the trend to wear wired headphones, not because of the functionality, but because people think that people who wear wired headphones look cool. I always knew I looked cool, thank you. I'm glad people are catching on to the swag now. Well, not swag, because obviously I just wear wired headphones for the functionality, but I'm glad you guys are finally realizing the potential. But realize it because you realize it, not to get girls. No one cares about your wired headphones. And quite frankly, another reason that I like the wired headphones is because it's obvious that you're wearing headphones in a way that isn't too obvious when you're wearing AirPods or wireless headphones. When I had a pair of AirPods, and I've had 3 pairs by the way, every single one of them broke. I didn't like that I'd be listening to music and people would still talk to me because they didn't know that I had headphones in because I had hair and AirPods in at the same time. With wired headphones, it's like everyone immediately leaves you alone because it's obvious that you have headphones on. Like, it's so practical and it's so cheap. Like, I don't get it, man. But yeah, I just find it so crazy because you guys are wearing these things to get girls and get women attention, but like, wearing headphones objectively makes people leave you the fuck alone? I don't get it. But I give wired headphones a 9 out of 10 in terms of just functionality. If you're buying them shits to get attention from girls or for the aesthetic, honestly, I give it a middle finger out of 10 because fuck you. Looks maxing. This one is kind of hard because I think there are certain aspects to look maxing that can be very beneficial, such as the parts that tell you to eat healthy and get in the gym, which you should be doing for your own health, but because you want to look good is cool too. I'm not even gonna bash you for that, but I feel like it's just implanted this very unrealistic expectation into a lot of men that kind of makes me sad. Like, realistically, if you look like this, there is no chance you're gonna look like this. It's just not realistic. But I feel like a lot of looks maxers and these coaches are selling men false dreams, and that's the aspect of it to where I kind of gotta rate it a little lower than I normally would, because it's like, man, just give it up. You know, you can improve the way that you are to an extent, but if we all could look like a Giga Chad and it was something that was attainable through tangible means, I think everyone would probably look like that, and yet people don't. Not even 10% of the people do. I think it's a step in the right direction, but ultimately I gotta give it a 5 out of 10. Labubu's 0 out of 10. Like, what even are those? Consumerism final boss at its finest. Like, I just don't really get it. I do get it. People are getting them because they want to be down with everyone else that has them and their favorite influencers, and fucking like LeBron James has one.
I think I brought something good in my bag. What you got? Got my LV bag with a little Labubu.
Right, you know, got my Louis bag with my little Labubu. Don't want to be like LeBron. We're curious about the things that our favorite people and our favorite influencers partake in, but like, it's the fact that people are really trying to convince me that they care for these things. It's literally just like a little demonic looking plush, and some of them can go for ridiculous and exorbitant amounts of money. To be honest, it's such a trend and has such little history that I personally know about, to the point where I can't even say that these things are necessarily investment pieces, because by the time we move on to the next trend, they're not going to be worth anything. I'm not mad at people having these little niche interests, and like, I'd be damned if I didn't have my fair share of Pokemon cards and plushies. Like, hold on, like we got a couple right now. Got my Pochita and my Luigi right here. Super Saiyan 2 Goku right here. You know, I can't show you guys everything because I have a webcam, but like, I get it. Even with something like a Hello Kitty, there's no resale value. Quite frankly, if you don't don't like the art style of Hello Kitty, I get it, but Hello Kitty's been around for so long to the point where people like it because it just resonates with their childhood. It makes them feel a sense of nostalgia, and it's something that they enjoy for those reasons. Labubus have none of that. I know if you have a Labubu, you only have it because you are riding a trend. I'm just not convinced of anything else, and I'm paying attention to who has Labubu. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Pay attention. Pay close attention to who has Labubus right now, and pay attention to how they'll present themselves in the next 5 years. I'm paying attention. I just personally don't get it. If you like them because you're genuinely into them and you like the art style, which I can actually see, sure, by all means, if you like it, I love it. I just know that that's not why people like them. I know that's not why people are wearing them. I'm just not convinced. I know how girls get, and I know how people on social media get. Y'all, like LeBron James has one, bro. What is LeBron doing? LeBron doing with a Labubu, bro. I'm sorry. I did 2 out of 10. I don't think they're completely ugly, so that's where the 1 point comes from, but nah. Thrifting. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I'm not much of a thrifter myself. I don't have the patience for it. As I said before, I have a specific eye for the things that I like, and if I don't immediately see that, then I feel like I'm wasting my time. So thrifting just isn't for me personally, but I definitely get the appeal, right? Looking through a bunch of used clothes and hopefully you find something either valuable or something that you like. I'm gonna just be honest, yo, it's 2025. Thrifting ain't what it used to be. Thrifting, I remember when you could get like 10 pieces of clothes for less than $30, at least where I live, which is New York City. Thrifting now is like what shopping at a regular retail store was back then. You might get 5 pieces of clothing and spend $100, and that's on the lower end. Because now that it's a trend, all these stores are catching on, and they're like, we can up our prices because now this is the trend of getting new clothes, and it's like just not enjoyable anymore. I already didn't like it, but now there's like no reason for, at least for me, to like it. I mean, if you are doing it in a practical sense where it's not costing you that much money and you enjoy it and you're finding things that you like, beautiful. Then the other thing that comes with thrifting is like, there's a certain aesthetic to thrifting. I mean, like, you can just look at what someone is wearing. Even if you came across people that had t-shirts that said, I love thrifting on it, I'd still put more money on someone with this particular aesthetic being someone who consistently thrifts than someone that wears an I love thrift shirt. You can just kind of tell, bro. It's like they just dress like a Pinterest board. They have the Labubu, they have the dad cap, they have that flag tied around the top of their head, the babushka, whatever they call this shit. They have a pair of loafers, they have their keys hanging from their belt loop. You just know, like, you just know they thrift. And the other appeal to thrifting is like, yo, you're supposed to use this as a tool to find your own style. And it's not, and now it's like, yo, even thrifting has an aesthetic. Like, it's crazy, bro. But I don't know, it's just so obvious when people thrift. And I feel like that aesthetic goes pretty much hand in hand with all the other performative male things. It just, none of this shit is a coincidence, man. I'm gonna be honest, none of it is a coincidence. So thrifting as a concept, I'm gonna go ahead and give it 8 out of 10. Thrifting in 2025, the way that it's done, at least in my city, 3 out of 10. Because why is Zara and thrifting costing the same amount now? It's ridiculous, I'm sorry. That being said though, that's pretty much all I got for this video. Let me know your favorite or least favorite performative male trends, you know? Let me know if you agree with me, disagree with me, shit. Call me a piece of shit if you want. Whatever pushes the engagement. That's pretty much all I got for y'all today, and Sparky out.